time for the
Alrighty. Hello, 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 everyone. Incredible greetings. All right. I put out a post on my page for um, free uh, labels, decals, stickers, however you choose to, describe them. And for, if you had a quality logo, like your logo was a, good quality logo. Now, with this, you have to be someone that has purchased from us, whether it be one of our amazing classes or our ink and our paper, to be eligible to receive these free today. Okay. Um, and you have to email, and I should have put that on there. So I'm going to actually go back to everyone who commented. I'm going to let them know anyway. They have to email us with their order number if they've ever ordered from us. But if you go onto the website today and place an order, we'll actually send you 2 sets. So these sets, it's only 24 of them. So it's set to 12, basically 12 inches. It's really like 12 and a half, kind of how I did it, just to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. But basically 12 inches is what the final thing, like the final print that you will get. It'll be a 20-inch by 12-inch sheet. And yeah, so they're on the site. If somebody else wants one, you can fit up to 24 going 3 inches across. So all the ones that I will basically fit within a 3-inch by 3-inch box. And that puts 24 on a page. Okay. And yeah, so like I said, it will be for those who commented on the post, it will be free as long as you have purchased a class or you've purchased Honestly Speaking products from us. You just have to email us with an order number. That way we can look up your account and verify it. But if you place an order today, and then of course you email us, we will give you 2 sets for it to be shipped out. Of course, it'll be shipped out tomorrow. So it'll be 2 sets. All right. So I'm going to go and set these up. We're going to go through some of these logos because when they submitted them, as you can see, everybody's logo is a little bit different. And all I did was just bring in the file that they submitted. And there's a lot of variations in them. So we are going to go through these logos that were submitted. I'm going to, point some things out. These are going to be printed as is. So however you submitted it, I'm going to contour it. But as far as quality, however you submitted it is how it's going to print. So this will also let you guys know, especially once you see them, if you need to work on your logo and have it come out to be a better quality. All right. Let me go ahead and just share this. So just give me a moment to share. I'm just going to go and I don't really have time because I have to go get Ziny mine. I don't really have time to do the whole titling of this. I will go back in and edit the post later. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to set these up. Now, this one I actually had already cut down. I have actually made it into a circle. I'm going to find the original post, though. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, hold on. All right, there we go. Copy image and paste. All righty. So we're going to say we're just going to go through these and I'm going to set them up the best way that I possibly can. If you are submitting them, you need to have either a white background or a transparent background in order for me to properly trace and all of that. Because this one came in as black, I'm just going to do a circle because I'm doing like for these the simplest way possible. When it has the black around it, it makes it a little bit challenging, kind of sort of, but not really, but it's better if it's just white or transparent, right? So I want you guys to just take a look. These are all of the logos that were submitted on the post that I made. And I just want you guys to see how different each one of these are as far as size, which is an indicator of how they were designed, the quality of them. So we have a few over here that are really, really small. Once they were brought in, they are measuring only one, like this was like 1.4. This is 1.5. This is 1.5 as well. So they might not be that bad when expanded or, resized, but we're going to see. If we take a look at the one over here, really for any of these, I want to point out something about the logos. I'm not sure, like if you guys design them yourself, if you had a graphic designer make them for you. But there is, with a lot of these, there's a clear, something that I noticed about a lot of these, okay? And that is the amount of negative space that's around the images. So although this would be, I guess for some would be considered a high quality, like the resolution or the pixels on it would be high, you have a lot of negative space. So this, once like trimmed down, technically could have ended up being something that was kind of distorted. It wasn't very clear. Now, when I looked at it, this one is fully clear, like it's a decent logo. But when you are designing them, especially if you're designing them in like, I'm not sure if it was designed like in Photoshop or where, you want to trim it down to the transparent area so that it's just that size and you know exactly like the size of your design. If you have all of these extra pixels around it, this is how it's going to come up. So you're looking at that resolution, and if it says, so in this case, it would have been like 1,422 by 1,422, if it was saved at 300 like DPI or whatever. And it's accounting for all of this extra space. The actual logo is not that resolution. Make sense? So on this one, they were obviously designed in two different places, or maybe it was just resized once the outline was put or the circle was put around it, because there's this one and then there's this size. So I'm probably going to use this one's probably going to give me a better result than this one. We're just going to have to trace and detach that one. I know a lot of people use these types of, like this type of imagery. Now, this right here screams logo to me. Like this is what I wish was sent, where like that is a logo, kind of, sort of. When you have all of these, which these are for stickers, so it's okay to kind of have this style, but it's really not a logo. It's just graphics. This is not something that, you could only do this in printed formats. You would not be able to put this on certain labels and packaging or promotional items like pencils, pens, everything that you do with this would have to be printed. Like you could never cut it with vinyl. You can't get it screen printed or anything like that. So just be mindful when you are doing quote unquote logos like this. And with having so many other elements, I've seen some people where they'll have these and they'll have, let's say like an Apple computer that has the Apple on the back. You could never trademark that. You can never claim that as your own because you have Apple's intellectual property. Like you have their logo in your design. So you would never be able to fully protect that logo. So be mindful of that. Same thing with this one, even though it doesn't necessarily say Cricut, it's the shape of the Cricut machine. If it was something where you wanted to to protect it, you wouldn't be able to because you have someone else's intellectual property in your quote unquote logo. So just be mindful of of that. When it comes to your logo, always think about like how it will be used, like different ways that it can be used. So these are pretty good because they are right to the edge of it. That means that all the negative space was removed. Same thing here. This one, this does have some negative space around it. This has a lot of negative space. And then when it comes to ones like this, not sure if this part right here is supposed to be the logo or the whole like thing, or it's just that, hey, this is how I wanted my sticker to be. Now, I can tell off the bat and looking at this that there is some distortion in this image. So I will hold off on technically printing it, but on our website, once we kind of have finished our prints website, when we have that, the checkbox on there and it says print as is, we're going to size it if need be, and we're just going to print it as is. So that would be on you. There would be no refunds. But I just want you guys to see that there's a lot of pixelation. Like there's the halos to this. This is not a quality, clear, crisp image. All right. The sweet dipped treats, same thing. And if I increase this to 3 inches, it's only going to get worse. So I'm going to bring this up. And we have a lot of halos or pixelations around the letters. You can see the blurriness in this part here. So if you're always just used to seeing your logo on a telephone, like a cell phone screen or a tablet, your mind's playing tricks on you. Do 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 do. I don't know if y'all remember that song. Because it's a smaller display, it may seem as if it is a quality or like high resolution image, but it's not. Be mindful of how you're saving it. If you kind of created it yourself in like Canva or any design software that's like on a mobile device, be mindful of that because it's going to not save in the proper quality. Okay. So we'll hold off on this one. I'll kind of show what I'll do to it, but I'm not going to be able to print this one because the resolution on it is just, oh, somebody said that ghetto voice. It's not going to print all that great. So like if I were to increase the size of this, and then this one would be to about here. Okay. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to getting on tracing all of these out. So I'm going to start over here because this is one of the one, like it's a bigger one. It's going to be a good, pretty decent resolution. Now it is best, like if you have it in a vector format to submit it that way, it's going to make it easier with putting like outlines or contours on it. This has glitter. There's not a lot of space in between it. So if the person wanted this to be a die cut, it would still be white in between the cues. I mean, I could get it to where it would cut out like this area, this part in here, this little piece, this here, this whole thing here and here. But inside of the cues, it would just be white. There was really no way of getting in there or even trying to, it wouldn't be worth it to try and weed that area out. So you have to be mindful of that also. If you ever think that you may want something to be kind of contour cut, and it's like right to the colored pixels of every part of your logo, think about how you would weed that or how you would use that. All right. So we're just going to go over here to the trace window. I'm going to go select trace area, place the box around it. I'm going to increase my threshold. And we're going to go. For this one, I'm not going to necessarily do a trace and detach. I'm going to do a trace. And with that trace, I'm going to click on, I'm going to fill it in with color. I'm going to go over to my offset tool and I'm going to go offset because the ones that we are giving away are single cut. Basic single cut like decals, the ones that we are offering, and for that $13.65, which means this needs to be as one piece. So I'm going to have to make the outline around it to where it's going to cut and you'll be able to pick it up as one piece. Okay. So right now with like where the offset is, it doesn't quite close off in certain areas. So I'm going to take this up to 0.25. 0.25. All right, that might be a bit much. Like I can probably come down a little bit so it's not so big around this. So I'm going to go 0.175. It's not going to connect here. So let's just go 0.2. That should give it to me where it's completely connected. Still going to kind of open up in this area, but that's okay. I'm going to also, once I crop this, I'm going to move the 3 cues over some so that I can weld it back together and it can be just one single cut, right? So we're going to go apply. I'm going to fill this in. Actually, no, before I fill it in with color, I just want you guys to see. So that's what we have. I'm going to hold down Shift, click on the original image, and we're going to crop this part. I don't need. And then this one, I'm going to bring it over some. I'm going to select it all again. I'm going to group this. And I'm going to copy because I can't really weld it together because technically they're the same thing. So I cannot weld it. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go paste in front, fill that in with a solid color. I'm going to weld that, release compound path, weld that again. This is very, very complex in like the in and out, in and out, in and out. And just like I said, this is just because of the free one. I'm going to now actually hold on. So let me show you 2 different things. So I'm going to make this white and I'm going to send this to the back. So this is how this one would look. So once you have it, you put it on something, it can be, we have an option for clear or for white. So this is how it would look and it would just contour around it here. So this piece is going to go inside right there. Same thing like right here. So I'm going to close this off just a little bit. I'm going to put a circle right there. I'm going to put a box right here. Okay. And I'm going to drag and select over everything, hold down shift, click on the top one to deselect it. So I have basically all of this. I'm going to weld it, send it to the back so that I got rid of those little holes in there, and it's a easier cut. So that's that one. I'm going to move this. Uh-oh. All right. So there's that one. For this one, it's a little bit closer, so it might actually come out a little bit better. I'm going to go over here to the trace tool. We're going to increase our threshold. I'm going to go trace. Offset. Apply. Crop. All right. So I'm going to group this. We're going to copy, paste in front, weld. You see how that jumped because I had moved it. So that's why you can't necessarily weld it. I'm going to release compound path, weld it again, make that white, and send it to the back. I want to close off this area right here. All right. I'm going to shrink them down. I think I see a Quisha on here. Did you want both or did you want just one of them? If you want to be able to order, the link is in the description of this video. So you're going to also see that 3 inches is not the same for everything because of the way that this is designed. A 3-inch sticker is going to look really small in one compared to the other. Whoa. So it'll be 3 inches based off of like, oh, you're on both platforms. Haha. I see your name on both platforms. So we're only doing one set on the post where I offered it to you guys for free. It would only be one set. You had to choose one or the other. Now, if you would like to order both sets, you can always go to the website and place an order, and then just put in the what's the thing? Like if you wanted to order, okay, how did I say it? Well, it still would just be of one set. If you place an order of paper, classes, or anything like that, today, you would, well, yeah, honestly speaking, products today, I'm sorry, or Essential Studio, um, or like Photoshop, Essentials, or any combination of classes where it is at least 43.65, we would give you 2 sets for free. But if you just wanted to order them, it's $13.65 per set. And you would just place the order and then email me and let me know like what size you want them to be. Okay. So with this one, typically I for ones like this, I'm doing them for free, I will fit them inside of a 3-inch box. All right. Now, if I were to go to the top of this box, let's just say we did this one. And I'm just going to go over to where it fits in this 3-inch box. All right. Technically, it wouldn't be just 24 if you were doing a full gang sheet and you were setting this up yourself. So it would be $13.65 per 20 by 12 sheet. So if you were setting this up as a gang sheet yourself, it could fit, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is what? 36? Yeah. Compared to just 24. So you would be able to get a little bit more. I mean, they would be really, really close together. So if you're just peeling them off and putting them on packages, although I probably would put a little bit of space in between them. But most people, when they set up gang sheets, they will just send it as is, or like however many they want on there. I'm going to, so 36 technically can fit on this sheet. However, whenever we're doing this for the free one, it is just for 24 of them. So your sheet actually probably would end up being a little bit smaller because we're only doing 24. So the free ones, it was about 24 of them. So yeah, that's how that will be set up. Now, I'm not setting up the sheets just yet. I'm going to set them up tomorrow, just up for the sake of time. I'm just going to go through so everyone can see like how their file would be set up. Now, something like this, you're looking at it being just a square, nothing more, nothing less. It's going to be just a square because of how this is designed. I cannot go around it and do a contour cut around this. Trying to pick up on these watercolor areas just would not work out well without having a lot of jagged lines. So for this particular logo, fitting it inside of 3x3, and it would just be a square. I mean, if I did this, let's say if I wanted to do it as a circle, I'm going to end up cutting off parts of it. So it can be a circle or it can just be a square sticker. All right. On this one, we're going to go trace. Select trace area, place our box. Increase our threshold. I'm going to go trace. On this trace, I'm going to put an offset. Hold down Shift, click on the original image and crop. Oops. Oh, over here. Oh, I didn't realize. Shoot. I forgot it picked up in here. I forgot to do the when I did the what's that thing called? The offset, it still had little pieces in here. So I'm just going to release compound path and then just weld. Now this piece, I want to bring it over some because remember, it all needs to be one cut for the free ones. So now I'm going to copy. First I'm going to group this together. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste in front and weld it so that it's now one piece. I'm going to release compound path on that, weld it again. And this area over here, I want it to close off just so it's a simple cut. Weld. And I'm going to fill that in with white, send it to the back. I just noticed it looks like, I don't know, because I moved it and my eyes playing tricks on me. Looks like the letters are different weights. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. So copy, paste in front. And then this is the cut file. Uh-oh. So that's how that one will be. This is this one. We'll do this one next. Now, this one, I technically can trace and detach. And the reason why I want to trace and detach this one versus just putting the offset around it or just doing a trace and then like the offset and then cropping is because there is no extra around this one to cut down. It is trimmed down right to the edge, like it's the exact size of the logo. So I'm going to have to just do the offset and have that be the contour part around it. So I'm just going to move. Well, I'm just going to click. Okay, nope. Can't do it that way. Let's see. I'm going to select it all and group. So it's one. Now I'm going to do an offset. I'm going to hit apply, release compound path, and weld. And that is how that one will come out. Now, this could be set up where there was actually openings in the middle and it was not solid. Let me do that version. But again, for the free ones, we're not doing that particular method. So group. So because I don't have the vectorized version of this, it would just be a trace. I mean, kind of the same way I did before, I would just keep it at a regular trace because this is pretty much solid colors. I mean, it's a little gradient in there, but I can up my threshold to where I'll have solid yellow. Come on now. All right, while that's trying to figure it out, I should, well, on Facebook, you couldn't send the SVG file, but if you're going to order, when you email us, you can send your SVG file. All right. There we go. So I'm going to go to there. I'm going to go trace. And on this trace, I'm going to simply crop. That way I eliminate all of the white areas. Ooh, it's 5:42. Dang it. Dang, time be flying. So we're just going to crop it and make it like a compound path. So now when I offset it, like let's say like they wanted more of like a contour cut type. I mean, this actually could be cut as one because I think everything is basically connected. But I could make my contour on this a little bit smaller, a little bit tighter to the logo. 0.05. 0.25. It does end up giving you like a lot of small areas in between certain parts, like the E. For me, I would remove the inside of that E because it's too small. Because on the O, it doesn't even have it. So like inside this B, the E, and the P here, I probably would remove those. And then it's kind of, they're different fonts because this E has a bigger opening than this E. So it can be contour cut like this, and it's barely any white outline around it. But for the free ones, we're doing simple, basic, single cuts. So it's going to be this one up here. I'm going to group that. Copy, paste in front, weld it. I did not tell you to offset. And then we're just going to shrink it down to about 3 inches. So it would be 3 inches by 1.5. This one would be like best because it has broken areas around the side. It would be best to do this one as just a circle. I mean, it could be a square sticker or, label or decal, or we can center this, crop it, and it would just be a circle. This can only be a box. If I tried to do this as a circle, because the watercolor part goes right to the edge, I would end up cutting off a lot of the image at the bottom. Well, cutting off whatever this is in the sewing machine, and it will be really close to the letters. I would also cut off the butterflies. So they're a part of the entire, like that makes up the whole logo. I don't want to necessarily cut it off. So with this one, should she qualify for the free ones, it will be sent as just a square. All right. And we're going to go select trace area, place our box. And this is just me kind of showing it because when they send me the email, I want them to send me like the high resolution one just in case it kind of got distorted via Facebook. Or if they have one that's a little bit of a better resolution, a better size, they will have the opportunity to send it to me. I'm just doing this to show like how these would be set up because I'm not printing these out until tomorrow because I got to go get my little one. So I'm just going to go up to about there. Now, what's going to be interesting about this one is the image in the middle cuts off the circle at the bottom. So if I do an offset, it's going to kind of go in there, and it's not going to end up being a full, like it's not going to connect. Now I can bring that down a little bit, or I'll end up making the offset big enough to where it's going to connect through here, or I end up having to put it like inside of a circle. So we're going to go like this. Let's just go trace. I actually should have done trace and detach on this one. All right, let me redo this because so I can also fill it in with color and then just put an offset. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. So let's undo. I can still, let's see what happens when I do an offset. See what I mean? Where it's going to have that little piece on the inside. So in order to get this to fully connect, I would have to come up to probably about 0.2. And it's not quite connecting here, but there's a way for me to fix that. But that's a big outline. So this is why I'm always saying be mindful of how your logos are designed. Really think about how you plan to use them. Because I mean, like this is a really like this is a good like logo as far as like the style, and it's like it's all vectorized and it can easily be cut. But as a cut file, you have to use transfer tape and then put it down. But if you're looking to just have stickers that you can pick up and put down, you want to have variations of your logo that are really tight to make that easier where it can still be a contour cut. Because right now, with the way that the circle sits, it looks a little bit like off. It looks heavy on one side because it's not connected here. So you have to be mindful of how your logos are designed and think beyond just, oh, I want to use it as a watermark on social media. Think about all the ways that it can be used and if it's going to be ideal or not. So I'm just going to go like this and we're going to copy. I'm going to crop. And this is what I was saying, because hers went right to the edge, it looks like it's cut off. But we're just going to paste in front, fill that in with white and send it to the back. Release compound path and weld it. So that's how this would look with all of that extra around it. Now, I could technically set this up. We're going to almost showed y'all my trade secret, because I'm like, I was naturally about to do it. I'm like, whoa, no, I can't do that. So I'm going to go here. All right, so it was centered. I'm just going to bring this down some. I'm now going to do the offset. I'm going to make this 0.075. See, everything is going to still be loose, so it still has to come up some more. 0.09. I said, why do you keep doing these weird numbers? 0.09. All right, that kind of connects it. It's just not connected here. So I'm just going to go 0.1. All right. And because of this opening, this looks a little funky. I'm just going to take a circle. And I'm going to weld it to that background piece. Make it white. Send it to the back. Now the C is technically separated. So this actually wouldn't be one where it would pull up as one and then just be able to easily put down. It would still need transfer tape because the C is actually not connected. So since it's not connected, I'm actually going to make this, didn't mean to weld it. I'm going to make this a tad bit bigger. Oh, shoot, I got to go, y'all. Dang it. 0.025, just so that the C is completely enclosed in there. So apply. Okay. And I can either leave it with the openings, but this particular one will look better. Solid. And so now this would pick up as one whole sticker. You would still have to be very careful in this area because it's not connected. So you have to be mindful of that. All right. So yeah, that's that. I wish I could finish the other ones all on live. I'll try to do them tomorrow morning. Actually, only a few left. Let me see what time is it. Okay, no, I gotta go. I'll do this last one. And the other ones I have to do after the fact. I'll reach out to you guys on Facebook as well. So I'm going to take my threshold up. I'm going to trace. And this could be in a square. So if you want it like this with all the extra space around it, it would just be printed off that way. Or it can be put into a circle, or it can be contour cut. So let's go offset. So it would be contour cut like this. And this part can be open, but because the free ones are single cut, it would be like this. And then size down to 3 inches. Wait, do I only have one more? Oh no, I had 2 more to do. Let's hurry up and do Swift prints. Did I bring my laptop back in here? I did not. So again, this can be just the square. It can be a circle, or for a contour, it's going to look like this. And we're going to apply. I'm going to copy that because once I crop, I'm not going to have the extra white at the top or bottom. And then I'm going to paste in front, fill that in with white, send it to the back. And because the free ones are single cut, we're going to go Control-Shift-E, weld that together. And now it would be a single cut, and they'll be able to use this on packaging or put it on a mug, a tumbler, whoever, whatever. All right. Do you have a video for waterproof print to cut? Wait, wait, waterproof print to cut. Not sure what you mean by waterproof. I have plenty of videos on print and cut. If you're talking about like laminating it first, I don't laminate anything. The ink that I use is water resistant, so it doesn't, like the ink wouldn't run, but if like the paper could break down. But for these, I use my Roland BN20. It's printed on actual vinyl, so I don't have to like laminate them like that. But I do have videos on just traditional print and cut. But I got to go, guys. I'm going to have to go pick up Zani Mani. Thank you, guys. I will reach out to everyone that submitted their logo and let you know as far as like how to get it for free. Or you can go on there and purchase it. You will have to, of course, pay for shipping and handling on it. It's just the prints will be done, and I'm going to do the prints tomorrow. All right. If you place an order today and you qualify for the free one, I will send you 2 sets if you place an order for products or classes today. Yeah, so I'll reach out to everyone who submitted. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.